Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Welcome and welcome. Let's share the show, please. As you join us, let us know where you are following us from. Please and please. Please and please. Let's share the show. 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 Bon arrivé, bon arrivé, bon arrivé, bon arrivé, bon arrivé. Let's share the show. Happy belated 26. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show, please and please. Let's share the show. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Wherever you are following us from, it's a good day to be alive. Sekou, Monk, Milborn, and the rest of the team will join us in a little bit here in a jiffy. Okay, what is going on? Give me a second. What is going on? They will join us in a jiffy here. Let's share the show, Anita. Let's share the show, please. And while you're joining us, tell us where you're following us from, please, as much as you can. And we'll take it from there. Let's share the show. Happy Sunday. Happy New Week. We are gradually ending July. We're ending it with an end. That looks endy. That looks endy. A lot to talk about today. Let's share the show. I know Milborn will join us with some social conversation here in a little bit. But let me see. Milborn is signaling us that the link we sent him is an old link. I'm not sure why the old link keep being sent, but let me see if I can get him this other link. He and Monk, and the rest of the team. Let me see if I can drag this up in our chat room here. Okay. Yeah. So let's share the show, please. Yo, Raki, oh, in the country. Yo, Raki. They say the police boot me. The police boot that Joseph Boaga. Do you remember that police boot as part of Joseph Boaga achievement for United 100 days? Why you didn't get that police boot? Oh, Lord. You're looking for the police boot in the community again. Oh my goodness. They are looking for the police boot. Oh man. Yeah, you're playing too much. You're playing too much now. Oh. My people, they're looking for the police boot. That's just what I'm telling you. This is very stupid. I said God. I said God.
From 96.1 in
No
the
ball, no
correct,
ball.
correct. So Steve is not fetching. He goes to go. What's up?
My man, I say they saw the police boot in front of Dubo Royal Church.
Yeah, man. You buy John all kind of. You can't be wasting for the big. Yeah, what kind of? My man, forget about what you let. You let gist. Now I know that you are the father for gist. Yes, indeed. You know, sometimes we can be into our meetings here and there, doing all sorts of people be calling us, will be asking, maybe what happened, maybe what the other one. But sometimes I don't even know how to be calling back to back to find out from some of my colleagues in the media to know as to what we are
So
training.
wait, because they want that urgency. Where is our police boot?
Now, according to what we get, the police boot or got damage, I think that was on 26th day or either 26th eve, what we hearing, that the police boot got damaged and I don't know, after a few time.
Wait.
Yeah.
Our new police boot that the president just dedicated. Yes, days. Is it missing or it got damaged? Which one?
Okay, so first they say it got damaged, or if it was hit by a vehicle, or maybe by a vehicle. I don't know which type of vehicle is that. Whether maybe because my vehicles can be motorbike, it can be tricycle, it can be truck, it can be jeep, it can be anyone. So according to what he said it was hit, and after that, people stopped seeing it. So citizens are concerned about the whereabouts of the boot because, mind you, if the boot or if I was placed there by the president of the Republic of Liberia for so many reasons, and the boot is no longer there, I think the people want to know. So according to our information, the boot has been taken away. We don't know by whom. We're hearing that some people are saying Zogos, some are saying that it was stolen.
The information when you rushing when you call into stop it.
Oh, but
wait, my man, wait.
My man, I put for the fact same thing I talking. You gotta be careful. May I get a red shoe? Please, I beg you. May I get a red shoe?
Wait, my man, I beg you, wait. No more. I beg you, I don't want to laugh about certain things. They want to see what thing because that's security implication. Maybe where is our boot?
So myself, I don't know the exact location of the boot, and we are all concerned about the whereabouts of the boot. But others are saying that the boot was taken to an unknown destination, maybe for repairing or not. Yes. So we are still fighting out to get the correct information about the whereabouts of the boot. But I think that also sparked a lot of reactions to that boot issues. Others are saying, how come? How so soon?
Yeah, now the problem. No, I will to other people. Let's go back. So our boot, what is part of our 100 days accomplishment?
Yes.
Our boot, what our first very project was dedicated. If anything, President Braga will be remembered for is dedicating that police boot. And you say the booth is no longer around?
Yeah, because in fact, the space or the place that were given for where our booth was erected, the place now is clear. The place look like football field, so that means you can even jog. You can even jog there if you want to. You can even run there if you want to, or even vehicle, tricycle, motorbike. Anybody can pass there. Now the place is clear as we speak. So as far as I'm concerned, the place is clear and the boot is no longer there. And the president, according to the information, some of the boots or the entire project is close to almost 1,000 plus. Some people are saying 100,000, some people are saying 200,000, some people say 45,000. So we are here to get the response from the Liberia National Police. Maybe they're going to tell us more about that boot issues as to the whereabouts of the boot. But mind you, Liberians are really, really concerned, and there are a lot of posts pertaining to that boot. Even though this morning we started with the social aspect of life, but this afternoon the boot issues now has taken over the entire social media.
So wait, maybe I mean, wait, you come back to the boot issue because this is a national emergency. Remember, your line is bad.
All right, so let me see how best maybe to do some adjustment.
National issue that day, critical national issue that day concerning our security boot. That what my people here, our security boot is missing. Yeah, the president legacy. The police better try to raise and bring our boot back. Whether the Konawe is Ogo, whoever it is, they better bring our boot back. Gregory Como, we want our boot back. We don't want plenty noise. Y'all can steal everything, but the president legacy, the man first ever initiative in the country. No way, no way, no way. The president very first initiative in the country, the president's legacy is missing. Yeah, that's you in that country. Gregory Como need to put his life together. What? If Joseph Parker will be remembered for anything he accomplished on his very first day, is dedicating a police boot. You're cost the paper for that police boot here. You're jealous over that boot.
You probably got problem.
No one from the opposition was passing around here talking, putting them when the boot was erected. That boot that boot could have a national security issue in our country. Eh? Yeah, better bring that boot back. Maybe look, at the case I wanted to get into other conversation, but I had to make sure with Sonny A. So how far now? How soon can we hear from maybe the police and other people to tell where our boot is and what to expect?
So again, sometimes when these kind of news come up, maybe sometimes the reactions can be a little bit different from maybe from some of the information. So again, we are still waiting, like I said, because there are a lot of things happening at beginning on Monday. Beginning on Monday,
you can be distracted. You need to focus.
Yeah, no, I'm busy. Why you just all into the boot? Well, you want to go back again for the boot? Because in fact, that boot, I think I had to join you too, because that boot actually we were hearing that. I don't know, there was some network system, everything that was set up there. So I think indeed, I think the Liberia National Police had to come up and tell us about maybe they are repairing the boot. Who knows? Maybe they know about, or maybe they know the whereabouts of the boot. So again, Steve, nothing much on our boot issues as far as we are concerned. The police are going to find a boot, even if it is missing, as we maybe assume, or maybe people will say. But I gather maybe the police will do their own investigation and find a boot. But if not, then.
But Melbourne, you are acting very suspiciously.
Oh.
You're acting like a person of interest, because when we're discussing the boot on other issues, then you can be so focused, ready. But then we're talking about what boot Bennett has maintained, sustain the legacy of the president. And you there going on the table, who you trying to call the coordinating? What is going on?
No, nothing much. My phone or my other phone was like ringing, so I wanted to know exactly.
Oh, so they're discussing the issue. Your phone now rings. So talk about the boot Bennett, your phone is not getting.
Yeah. So I started to read.
Your personal interest in the boot business.
No problem. I will get my side of the story. Anyway, going to the police station is not.
Going to the police tomorrow for questioning.
Going to a police station is not a crime, but just that sometimes the way some of our police officers or the way they do policing, some of our people can be afraid to go to police station. I can go there.
No, from your behavior on the show today, you are suspect in that boot business. And you need to think I said what to the police.
I can easily go both of. So if
consistently.
I don't easily cross even Duporo Junction. Yeah, I don't easily cross.
You get what you're working with. That particular boot stuff, you are suspect.
And we protocol to where get a boot. Actually, we very protocol to get a boot.
Folks, we're announcing,
yeah.
we're announcing right now, as we're going right now, we want to announce to the general public that Melbourne is a suspect. We'll be reporting to the police tomorrow to answer questions regarding our missing boot, the president's legacy. And the president's legacy is laughing with you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. Now, what president is laughing at? Melbourne. That you're going to say what you want, you're looking at, you're not getting. And you're looking, we're discussing it, you're looking at phone again. It may be suspicious. We're discussing it, you're looking at phone. Maybe are you there?
I'm here. I'm listening to you.
Message.
Steve, I'm Deacon. For me, let me be frank, right? I'm not afraid. I will not be afraid. Let me tell you. Do you know how many of these people sometimes they will call to know, maybe how are you? Look, don't many guys that here. I said, look, God is the one that have people life. So I don't mind nobody. We will discuss.
The problem there, that two major questions I get to ask. And the booth was made for security police to sit down inside.
Good question.
When now we're coming, no, we help the government with the investigation. And the booth was made for people to sit down inside. And from what they told us, the booth was so expensive that it had cameras all around it.
So we want to know the vehicle that even hit the boot. I think you are racing. Stop.
Listen. When you still saying that we're investigating, we ask questions. The boot had camera inside. A human being was sitting inside. So what happened to the person that was sitting in the boot that day when the car hit the boot? What happened to that police officer? Anything reported? Any injury?
No, I feel so far. I feel nothing of such because according to all of the media report that I've been getting, and I hear anything of police officers or so. No.
Okay. And the booth had camera because they said the booth very expensive and it gets security camera inside whatever it is, right? So that you should be able to retrieve the footage.
Yes.
Of that particular vehicle that hit the boot, right? Look, let me tell you something. I have seen the police in questionings in the investigation. Mr. Gregor Como, we are citizens and we are working with you. We're just providing our expertise to help you some of the questionings as we are looking at the boot binning. Because the boot binning here, another thing will come and get in. So I don't know the bosses got missing. We not hear nothing from it. Melbourne. The boot binning we're talking about now, Melbourne frozen. Lord, Melbourne, you need to come back. Melbourne needs to come back. Melbourne needs to come back. The boot binning get plenty of questions behind it. The first part are confusing to me. The boot, according to them, the boot got cameras. And the boot is meant for security people to sit down inside, not to stay around it. Because when you build that kind of security boot, people can stay inside to monitor activity and other things. So if nobody got injured, if car hit the boot and nobody got injured from inside, then a sticky question then there. The second part, where is the security footage to look at the booth? So my people, it reach to you. You all help the police. In America, we can help the police. We can provide information. So as we are looking at it now, the police need help to investigate themselves. So those who were on shift that day, when the boot got missing, when the boot went MIA, because the boot can just go. The boot can just go. So you look at that boot, Bennett. I don't know bosses there. We can't find out where they are. Our own bosses again, where they brought to us. We can't find out where are the bosses. You're talking about the yellow machine, your girls you about the yellow machine were happy, they were welcoming. Where are the yellow machines? So think they can just be the president letter said they can just be missing like that. We need to look into it. Let Melbourne come back. We need to look into it. If you get any suggestion or any question, you can read it in on a live feed, and we'll make sure your questions are passed down. We'll make sure your questions are passed down to the appropriate authority. Some of our brothers and our sisters from the Unity Party, some of the leaders, they follow on the show. Some people from the rescue team are also watching the show, and we hear your questions, your concerns on it. So quickly, we even start a real show here. We just warm me up. Quickly, we're begging you guys, if anybody got any question or you got anything pertaining to that whole boot business, that you know, you heard something or you saw something or you know some people, just let us know. Yeah, Milburn just went off. He will be back right now. But we're watching it. So my people here, let's share the show. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Milburn, we got a boot Benny here. The boot Benny here, that's your thing. And Monk need to come on so we can answer to. Our sophisticated, we spend money on our booth. For what I'm told, thousands and thousands of dollars, and the booth just went missing. The scene where we can find the Ayololo buses. We've been looking for our Ayololo buses. You all remember the buses that came to Labrador, and the Ghanaian guy came on and said they took the buses. So we want to know where the buses are. So the buses went missing. Then the booth is going missing. What's going on? What's going on? And Milburn too, while we're discussing about this, the booth, Milburn just got missing. First of all, he started, like I said, I'm suspecting Milburn. Something now, when we started talking about a boot business, Milburn was a little jittery and uncomfortable. You understand? We move forward into the conversation to start asking critical questions. As concerned citizens, Milburn started receiving call and text message. Boom! Milburn phone got frozen. He can't talk and just looking at all. And then Milburn left. So something is just not adding up. Milburn, you need to come back. You need to come back. The people are waiting for you. You know that you need to answer question tomorrow. Something not adding up. You know that something is not just adding up. Something is not adding up. You know that you are suspect in the case. You need to go report yourself to the police to explain yourself. You have to. You have no option in the other one here. Unfortunately, I got to throw you on the bus, Milburn. It's just unfortunate that right after the 26th, that's what you got to do. Report yourself tomorrow. Milburn, just do what is right. Do the needy. We're waiting for you. Do what is right. Do what is right. God will bless you as a digger. Do what is right. Folks, on your Facebook page, put hashtag Milburn, report yourself to the station and give us a statement. Look, just give us a statement. Milburn, whatever you know, we're not saying your hands up. Yeah, we're not saying that you. Because I believe, the way I look at your physical morphology, your body, I believe you want to throw that kind of sophisticated boot on your back and you get missing. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. We are just saying you are behaving suspiciously enough that we think, the security people can say we can hold you on probable cause. Yeah, let me use some security terms. Probable cause. You need to go to the security apparatus and answer question. Milburn, you are behaving suspiciously. Milburn, you need to go to the security apparatus to discuss our booth. What happened to our booth? We need to do that. We need to do that. We need to do that. The security booth, the president's legacy. Milburn is coming back. The security booth. Can you? Oh Lord. God, I swear. I won't make it to heaven. I won't make it to heaven. Let the boo baby, let me need to not make it to heaven. Father, I won't see heaven. Look, I won't be in heaven walking on streets of gold. But a boo baby, I will not leave it. You see, maybe on phone. So we talk about the boo baby, get busy to the on phone. Who did the boot? What is this? But anyway, let digress. Let's move to another conversation. We'll come back to the boot. We'll come back to the boot, Benin.
So I'm coming back because I'm following you. Let me tell you, our system restarted unknown to me, so I had to go off. But again, I was listening to you, following you through the other network. You were there telling the people that, in fact, I'm suspect number one. Stop. I'm pointing out to be deacon. Don't put me in the people Baptist people president business.
So wait. So we start talking about the boot, Benin. The system just start refreshing by itself, and then get you notice and was all believe that story.
Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes
tomorrow, not believe that story. You wasn't.
another idiot sent today after service. The man listen. Don't me to be worrying that I'm number one suspect.
My dear, that boot, Benin. When we look at you, when we look at the family and your behavior, something not adding up. When I say that you because why you looking in that body, man, they say you throw that boot on your bike and carry. They're saying you might know, if you know anybody in the community that probably around the boot, or something happy, we just want to get your side of the story at all.
Okay, anyway, I will ask for the Zokos.
No, you need to go get a statement to the station to
as you go make statement, friend.
Yes.
I will ask for the Zokos as those Zokos.
No. Effectively, immediately at 8 a.m. tomorrow, you'll be at the central. Go to central, make a statement.
For what?
For your behavior.
Behavior. No. Behavior can come maybe in two forms. Now, for example, because of maybe the kind of more thing that got missing, maybe that kind of more fear. Why it's happening? Why?
Yeah,
how
but
can the kind of thing happen?
Go tell your side of the story because you acting unorthodox.
All right. No wahala.
For my own
wahala, move.
What it mean? The orthodox way it mean me upon acting like the boot Benin. You know something about it. You know.
No wahala. No wahala. Let move.
Okay. So even smart self today, that problem you're still just looking, you looking for it.
Yeah, I'll finish sorry for one of our brothers. The social media this morning. I don't know if I end, but this morning social news came up about one other ruling. I think you I don't know whether you found that story. A lady posted, and she said that she apologized to the guy after everything that he has done for her. Educating her, making her, in fact, to travel on her side. He no longer in love. In fact, she even went afar, even divorcing him. So that story this morning, when it came out this morning, I made reactions to that. So now I follow throughout. I was looking at the life, how people treat people, and so on. So now I will look at my brother. So that will make me a little bit quiet on today. Then to make things worse, they reboot again. I have all the security network, where the camera, everything is placed on, so we can know exactly what's happening between Pinsville and that of Boulevard, because mind you, that entire end share between Pinsville and that of Congo Town. So we want to know exactly what happened between that end, but again, the boot have been damaged, according to information. And
no, maybe you're going back to the boot Benin again before we get to that story that you just said. Is the boot missing or damaged? Because we can't see it, so you can't clean damage. We can't see the boot. So the boot, as we speak now, the boot is MIA, missing in action. The boot not there, so how can it damage? Look, maybe you're sending conflicting statements. And that's why you need to report to Central tomorrow. You are sending conflicting statements to the general population. Why are you interested in the boot, Benin? Why are you sending?
Okay, I have no interest. But I'm just telling you now. He said
that boot missing.
My physical morphology to you, we're not looking to. Okay, right. So you want to ask me about what happened? Okay, according to information, some people say it is missing. Some people say it is somewhere else, maybe for repairing. So
no.
Oh, but what saying?
Can you see the boot? The last time you drove around, you saw the boot?
No.
Exactly, so it's missing. Okay. So why you see the problem there? You're trying to implicate yourself, and you're trying to look. When I look at you from the security lenses, you're looking like somebody who needs to report tomorrow morning.
No problem.
Will you report yourself tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I'm a lawyer, but say listen, anytime police can question me, police can call me.
Yeah, no, police not calling you. You're reporting yourself as a good citizen, as a picture. You report yourself tomorrow, and you must report yourself in the same vice chair that you're in, and you get a picture taken, your statement, and the police will determine if you can leave or they have to hold you for criminal costs.
No wahala.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. But I go to your story that you gave. You know, I read a piece that you talked about. Let me say this to our people. When it comes to the issue of relationship, Monk, I'm still hearing myself. Let me say Monk, Melbourne. When it comes to the issue of relationships, truly speaking, for me, I don't let it turn inside. Because people can fall in love. People can get out of love. Me, I can't question people. That I mean put people together, so I can question people love. Now, the part where you say the man spent his money and he educated her and she decided to leave you or whatever it is, that thing is nothing. Nothing has been happening. Who told you when you spend money behind somebody or when you with somebody and they decide to leave you today because you spend money behind it or whatever? The time they spend, you can get in that time. You can pay by the time too. Let me say that I support the girl. Yep, I support the girl. That man need to stop crying and go find another woman. Yep. No. Melbourne.
I listen to you.
Another leader. Everybody want to be together. Everybody want to be together. You understand? I respect the girl for the fact that she came and said she now want him again. At least she not faking it now. Maybe she was faking it before. So what in that case? In that case, the woman said she now want you plenty women and others go get different one. Why you gotta be ready and be crying? Why you gotta be crying? The woman that want you, my brother, go get different one. In fact, if I were you, I would get more than one going forward. So that when the other one misbehaving, I know what's going on.
Dear, where now our coming, Steve? Now, thank you. Now you are talking. So what I like about you? Go ahead.
You and me on boot baby that you also know. You and me on boot, so I know what louder you be on. So go what you wanted to say. So the man, let me say this. The man as we speak now need to be vigilant going forward. And the thing can happen to men, it can happen to women. How many women you see passing on there insulting that woman and saying you treated a man bad and you are liability? You saw it? Most of them see it the papa because they're not woman a victim, and they want a man a victim. The things that we go through as men, the women don't care. The abuses, the disrespect, the dishonoring, the undermining that we go through, my brother, on a daily basis. The thing where they can put on all the expectations. When you see them today, I know you from nowhere, but they should carry you to some expensive restaurant where your power will go in, they will carry you there before the man who you born child for, they will carry you there before the person who you are with before, they will carry you there. But you take out of trouble. So, my brother, we go through a lot. So I just want to say to that, my brother, take that post down. Go get you more than one woman. I'm saying that today. Go get you more than one woman. That's it. So when one person pray, I can lead the other one, go to the other one. Go do it. That's my recommendation to you. Who got time for that food? That means they'll sit and be crying for what? Crying for what? In fact, I will be clapping for you. I will be very excited that you have left. Carry that baggage somewhere else. Go somewhere. The person who you want to be with, go be with them. That man, look, that mean that man who she with, I will tell you, introduce him to the man. I get small thing, I'll give him $10 to drink cold water today to pour a hat down so he can handle her. Leave that story, man. I don't interested.
Yeah.
Man, I'm more disappointed in the man than I'm disappointed in the woman.
Why?
My brother. Then today that woman started to what they call him. Let me tell you something. Women got sons when they come into you. Women got sons when they are doing something outside. You have to be a stupid man to not pay attention. You have to be a mumu to not pay attention. You have to be a mumu. You go and spend all your money behind woman. The woman get educated and she decided to leave. The sons were there that she was going to leave you. You decided not to pay attention. And now our problem, now our fault. Then you go cry. You won't cry, then you cry. Woman leaves, will be crying. The nigga where I will be happy, say, I will be chopping. I will be too.
So quickly to that, Steve, will you be happy to invest? Because what we are talking about, the point here is not just about the woman leaving you. There are certain things that also come along. So this lady, in question, according to her own, why not let's speak the month for?
Yeah, Mo, welcome to the show, bro.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, welcome. So, Mom, I think you saw the story that it was dissecting. They got crying on Facebook that he invested time and money in a woman education, and the woman decided to take off with another man or whatever it is, and he on Facebook crying. I said that we men go through a lot. And I said to Milburn, let you go check that post. How many women on there calling other women for treating the men this way? And that the men are going to treat a woman that way, then all men are useless, all men are liabilities, all men are ledel and labremen. You don't see the women are doing that? Let me tell you something. Some of the things we go through. Can you imagine, Milburn, you meet a girl today who her pa never took her to an expensive restaurant before, or the person she born child and never took her to an expensive, her ex-husband never took her to an expensive restaurant before. The men in her life never took her to an expensive restaurant. So you meet them today, they want for you to take them there. And if you're not taking them there, it's a problem. Okay, you finish taking them there. When you come out, you say you want to sleep with them. They say no. And they can sleep. They got to be on a term. They got to do that. The stress we go through is too much. So when I see men crying, because in fact, I want to tell that brother, take that post and be like a people. Be like a people. Mom, what say you?
Well, I saw that story and you said it right. We got different expectations in society. And whether people like it or not, there are certain things in life. We call them scientific law. They will keep happening over and over again, whether you like it or not. That is the reason men die earlier than women, because the expectation, the stress that men, look, the kind of expectation society hold men to, women don't even come closer to that. Whether it's about being successful in life, whether it's about grooming your children, whether it's about marrying, in every aspect of life, the expectation for men are set at a higher bar as opposed to women. I tell people all the time, only men are capable of loving. Women believe in something they call hypergamy. A woman first. Why you think when you take a girl to a parent, the very first question they ask you, what do you do for a living? They want security and protection. I say, only stupid men, sorry for my English if it's offensive, prioritize women. You can only prioritize a woman when she puts some kind of interest in you. Look, when a woman wants you, Melbourne, that's when they say, oh, they got get lecture, that's a lie. When a woman is really into a man, the bar she set for him is much lower. She will work around her own rules just to accommodate that man. You live overseas, you decide to make an investment into a woman, you don't know her from anywhere, you put all your money. Look, my brother, I'm not sorry for you. Unfortunately, that's how life is, and you got to live with the consequences. I tell anybody, prioritize your goal, prioritize your vision. At the end of the day, women, you can attract women. You don't chase after women. That's why when I see some younger guy, they posting, oh, my future where I left again. Have you seen women before? Have you traveled around the world to see other women? Put your life, put your vision, put your priorities first. Women will always come. Women is a byproduct of men. The moment you do the right thing, you will attract women in your life. And I tell folks all the time, you must see certain characteristics in a woman before you can make a lot of investment into her. Because the moment she finds somebody who got more social status than you, who got more money than you, she will most likely go to that person than you. That's how women operate. That's the reality. It's not like somebody hate women or somebody want to talk in favor of men, but that's just the reality of life. Whenever a woman feels secure financially, whenever she feels secure, because why negative women can be rushing to go see celebrities when it comes to concert and things? They even want to sleep with them for no reason.
Good. They were, I mean, coming. Sometimes they even want to get us free of charge.
You can't wait now. We talk about going to a club and celebrity, you just happy like that. I thought at church you would be happy for. Yes. Mr. Kane, welcome to the show. How are you? We can hear you, Mr. Kane.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, because the people there excited and church. Soon the men say go and see celebrity in the club. The men just happy, good. Relax. We coming to the church part when you talk.
No, Steve, the man who was crying in that story, he failed to realize. Why make you think when you break up with a girl, you always say, oh, why are you there for me? Because when you are doing things for a woman who doesn't have interest in you, she believes that she's entitled. Yeah. So she's not committed to what you did for her. She's committed to her feeling and what you can do for her personally. So the moment she finds someone who can give her more than what you are offering her, she's more likely to go. So for that reason, when you're doing good for women or you claim to be a kind or a nice guy, no, they don't see it that way. They see it as something that they are entitled to. So the moment things go wrong and they leave you, then that's when, yeah, man, move from here, man. Why you do a pull out all of men do a pull before?
Yeah. But anyway, let Mr. Kane, quickly, I know you just come on the show before we get into the politics of the day. The president legacy, as we speak now, is missing. You remember the very first venture the president took on when he took over, after he fell down from the inaugural speech, after a few days when we saw him, they wanted to show that he gets strength. They carry him to a roundabout. They say they got a new boot that costs, allegedly, they claim $45,000. The boot, they say the boot get camera, it's sophisticated, it's for the police and national security threat. We're not coming to the country again and so forth. But we work on that money, the boot missing. Our little bosses are missing. We can't hear anything about the yellow machine. Mr. Kane, what is going on? As we speak now, the boot missing.
Wow. First of all, I want to say thank you, to Maybon, to Brazilian Monk. As you can see, I'm still celebrating. The celebration still going on. And I was very happy yesterday for the level of support and encouragement that I received from our community, speaking about the general Liberian community, and also from the Mandingo community when I was asked to serve as a keynote speaker for the Liberian Association Independence Program. The support was overwhelming, and it was really electric. It was so much fun. And I think the need for our community to unite is very it's crucial. It could not be, or it cannot be overemphasized. So it was really fun. And so if you are in the Phoenix area, Arizona, the fun continues. We're going to be on the soccer field today. I'm planning to play number 10 to go score against the people there, but I don't know, the way the song getting hot now. I'm not sure if I want to take that risk right now, but I will still be on the field to eat some meat and atay and everything. So yesterday, I saw people from different part of the country. But then what was even more intriguing, I saw two ladies that came to me. They said they're from Cape Palmas. They are in America here on their own vacation. But they came to me and said, "Oh, are you Sekou?" So when I saw your name on the program sheet, I was wondering if that SKTV Sekou. Then they came to me and they said, "We watch you guys." I said, "You in Cape Palmas, we watch everything, SKTV, follow SKTV." She said, "Yes." She said, "Everybody follow you guys from everywhere in Liberia and around the world." So we were very proud to see you in person. And two brothers too came from Minnesota. They were there too. They came and said that they wanted to see me in person and talk to me and thank me for what we do at SKTV and for the Liberian people. These things, it may be nothing for some people, but for me, these things are things that energize me. It motivates me to do more. Because whatever we do, whether we have financial benefit in it or not, but the most important thing in life is people recognizing your good work. Yeah, people recognizing your good work. So I'm very proud of SKTV and our fans support us and well wishers, not to mention you guys that are making everything possible for SKTV. I'm very much happy. I decided to start with that since this is about what's on your mind, and that was the first thing on my mind. It was very good, program, well organized, well attended, and it was fun. We danced like crazy. I got some video that we posted later on, so maybe one can go and start, in dancing mood. Yeah, but it was fun. So, with regards to what I'm hearing, the first thing that comes to mind is, was there any police missing? Because the police people are supposed to be there. And if the police were not there, the camera on that boot or any other camera, whatever you can see on camera is not the base. Camera always record. The recording goes somewhere else, not to that particular one where you're seeing. Sophisticated cameras. So whatever you see, even if you break that, the person who can break it before it is broken, that is recorded.
Right.
So if somebody came to take the boot, that person is recorded.
True.
So they should be able to go through the camera, review minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, to find out as to what really happened. They can even, be able to capture some images wherein people will come and, take a look when they're planning what they will do, what they will not do, even before coming to take it. So they should be able to, see that. But if there were police, they're protecting the thing, or police were there working, since it's in the middle of the town and we have the crime rate on the rise. So somebody should have been there, to make sure they control, they put in other things out there. But if it was not missing, if nobody was there and everything just got missing, it means that I've told you something before, Steve, when it comes to security in Liberia. Currently, we have no security in Liberia. People are doing their own things, and nobody cares about country. Everybody focusing on what they can do to make them happy. And people who are supposed to be leading us, they don't know what's going on. So at the end of the day, people will continue to do their own things and they care less. So I think if we don't be careful, the way the teenagers start missing now, I hope people will not start getting be missing too. Because the way Joseph Boakai left sleeping Bene and they put in meetings and sleeping, somebody can come and just, because the man got plenty of money now, somebody can come and take him for hostage, ask for money. Or maybe Jeremiah Kun, they say the man can take him on be pardon for only, Joseph Boakai continue to sleep, Jeremiah Kun be carrying something. Because the way they're standing on the way of not allowing the man to be president, even though Joseph Boakai is incapacitated, don't be surprised if you see some parts started to get missing. Whether the person who's sleeping now or the putting her up now, but I don't want to, hear the Joseph Boakai, left finger is missing, or the fingernails were cut where he was sleeping. Now the left toe is missing. I don't know, but hopefully we don't get to that point. But everything will start getting to, everything will start be missing until we put our act together. Hopefully it will not get to that point, but I don't take anything from you putting seriously.
Okay. Mark, before I get to Milburn quickly, and then we'll get to the politics. How do you react, my man? Our legacy, the Ayololo buses missing. We know where they are today. The yellow machine, we're not here, but then let that again. We don't know whether it's staying in Labro or not. But then our boot, what we dedicated the very first day we took over.
Sorry, God, I just stepped away for a few seconds.
You can hear me, Mark?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Right. I said, how do you react? The Ayololo buses missing. Our yellow machine, we don't know if they're missing or not, but we can hear about it.
Yeah,
and then
everything.
The boot, our legacy, that the president first initiated ever in his presidency, dedicating the boot that it was according to them, sophisticated, and the boot that got missing. So how do you react? What's going on?
I have no idea, my brother. The Ayololo bosses, the boot issue, because the story keeps changing from what I heard yesterday. They say, I don't know whether they are so good. They get to the entire boot and they think that's some new apartment, some mobile apartment. I don't know if the boot got hit or if they took it for repair. If I tell you I have any clue, I'm lying to you. I don't want to lie to our audience here. We need to be factual. So I'm not going to make a lot of statement on that so-called boot issue. And maybe, let me bring your attention. You know, right? The funny thing about the story you guys were talking about the money, you know, when our brother here, he's very tribalistic. Obe, I will call his name. You know, the first comment when he read a post that Melbourne tagged me to about that guy who sent the lady to school, he said she's a Southeasterner that had a Southeasterner women behave. He forgot the fact that he lived with a current woman in Minnesota who happens to be a Southeasterner. So I commented, I said, well, if there's a behavior of the Southeasterner, then it means you are more likely to be the next victim. And he replied,
yeah, but Mr. Kane, from a security standpoint, let me ask you this question. If the boot was taken away by quote unquote Sogos, don't you think they took away police officers? If the boot was hit or damaged, the police officers that were in the boot, we have not heard any report of them being hurt or anything like that. So is this a coordinated effort? Because if the boot is making that, then it has to be coordinated.
So how many boots are we talking about here?
One boot, one beautiful.
No, one boot they brought in the whole country.
Yes, one beautiful. And Donald Trump will say one big beautiful boot. No.
So that only one boot we're talking about here, or they were allowed.
Parker went to dedicate, and then
one he be dedicated, or
one boot he dedicated one.
I think only one where to the Bolivar Joshua, but I think there are so many of the boots.
Yes.
No,
maybe have you seen the boot anywhere? Like those boots, are you seeing any other stations or?
I mean, so far, I think that only to Bolivar Junction, but I think they were talking about installing most of them as so many points or so many junctions, especially to red light and so forth. But the one that usually,
how big is it?
I think look like something that's staring by 5 to me.
I think yes. I think according to the information, according to the Liberia National Police, I think they say 4% can. I think have access.
7 by 5 or 7 by 6, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 4% can have access to the boot.
Yeah, no, 4% can sit inside. The capacity.
4% can sit inside. What I'm saying, I mean, 4% can get access to the boot or to go into the boot.
Yeah, so that the capacity.
So we need to first of all find out how big and how heavy it is, and then you can try to determine as to what could happen if people decide to take it away. But I don't know. On a serious note, we don't have security in Liberia. Security, the security is compromised. And those of Al-Qaeda, they don't really know what's going on. And I told you the last time, all the security threats we have heard, whether it's from Prince Johnson, whether it's from other people, and the death of that soldier guy in the barrel, whether the threat from former EPS officers who say they are ready, they all got arms and ammunition with them, more than 300 people. Whether it's the military wives, taking over the whole country in a split second, all those are signals of not having security in the country. So anything disappear or got missing, I'm not surprised by it, and I'm not moved for an inch, because that is like nothing happened. When they brought the buses in the town, we saw them. We saw pictures. We saw a lot of things going on video and stuff. When they were taking them back, did you see anything?
No.
Who took it back? We don't know. But based on what we know, based on what we saw before the buses got missing, it was Joseph Boakai people that brought it. The boot, you see Joseph Boakai put in, they brought it. Maybe they didn't want to take it. Maybe the machines, we got machines very soon. They will take them back. Maybe. Like the Joseph Boakai said, anytime the guy can sell it in Liberia, he can take it back. The only thing I can tell you, Liberia is on a time bomb. Liberia is not safe simply because of the carelessness of the government and not paying attention to details as to what is going on in the country. We may joke and laugh about the boot, but the boot is nothing. You don't even know why that boot is missing. You don't know. So, like many other things, when I hear anything, there will be no action. Whatever happened. And it's up to the people in Liberia to actually decide what kind of life they want to live. But they don't want to depend on government. They want to depend on government for anything, for security, for improvement of their life, for creating job for them. I'm not sure if it's going to be this government.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kane. Well, folks, welcome to today's edition.
Steve, I shared the image of the boot in the chat room, so just in case if you guys want to show it for the audience, it's in the chat room.
Yeah, our boot, the missing boot that Adam is kind of. I think when you look in the chat room, our missing boot is so weird.
If you see it anywhere, they should do citizen arrest.
Yeah, if you see that boot anywhere, please.
Man, nobody can easily take this thing away.
Exactly.
It's not possible. So let me share it with the public.
Especially with the level of sophistication they claim it has, also. Or
and
it has.
and if it's supposed to be got missing overnight, somebody will hear something, somebody will see something.
But Mr. Kane, they're security officers, they're police officers. So how did they get missing?
Yeah. So even apart from it, even getting missing or second or Steve, let me just bring it to also to you pay attention. Mind you, even if, like for example, like you were talking about car or maybe vehicle run into the boot, right? And that happened maybe 26 Eve or maybe 26 day. I think the Liberian people should have been informed as to there's the vehicle maybe that ran into
but neighbor, who reported the boot missing? Did the government?
The citizens were concerned. That's how media people got to start calling according to some
sources. It was not to the place they used to be.
Because they were not there. So people now start asking the police officer.
Huh?
No, I didn't send it to him, but I can send it right now.
All right.
So people begin now to ask the police officer who are there as to where is the boot? The household said, but I think the boot got damaged and it stays, and there's no actual information. People are also saying that the boot the boot were taken away for repairing and so forth. So people are just speculating now as to the whereabouts of the boot.
Yeah, so like the boot here, if this is the boot, then that means this is too big to get missing, just like
exactly.
That. Nobody can just come here even take this one with their hand.
No.
You got to be removed you got to use some sophistication to remove it, and it must be carried on a vehicle, not just you can't carry on a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I know, right?
No able-bodied man can carry stuff like this in their hands. That's not possible. So whatever the case is,
Four Zogo can carry before they bro. Four Zogo don't mind if they kind of struggle.
No. They can't. Maybe if you look at it, just like I can't zoom it because I kind of trying to expose some of my my Facebook. But if you look at it, this thing there was a foundation laid
yes
before they put it on there, and when you look at the screws on there, they kind of attach it on the foundation that they
They
built.
mounted to the floor, right?
Yeah, that's mounted to the floor. So there are some steel in there that it, that they put it on it and screwed it. So you cannot just come and remove this. Nobody can take this thing. Only the
And
government.
they got surveillance too. I seen something like a camera on the antenna.
There's a
Yeah.
camera on the antenna there. If you that antenna to take that antenna, you don't see that thing allowed. It's heavy.
Yeah, but Mr. Cannon, just before we digress from the boot business, I mean, this is like you said, there are a lot of a boot might be looking like this, but it seems built in a sophisticated way that not just anybody can just walk around, just lift it up and carry.
Mm-mm.
And plus, this will need more than one human being to carry. Anyway,
Not
So-
even 10 human beings can easily take this thing. Let me tell you.
So, can we assert or can we speculate that this could have been an inside job? There has to be some kind of coordination to get this boot out of there.
The government people didn't get it.
Yeah, because why would they want to take it in the first place to do what with it? Even if you want to steal it to carry away.
Yeah, to do what with it?
So wait, the government get all the boot, tease over the boot for a few more, and then take it back.
Or
And the
maybe
government
maybe the thing they use for in another location. Maybe that could be a
And the
reason.
government brought the buses for you, and they took
Yeah,
it
so-
back.
so-
Maybe
So let me
they
just
took it-
respond. So let me just respond to what President Monk and Sebu say. Sebu, do you also know that in fact there are company or there are group of people here that can also do the iron business, that can do the weighing of the OO iron? Because most of our brothers,
Mabel, they work alone to remove this one here. Is tougher than the benefit you will get from it.
I know, right?
I know.
Yeah, they got a lot of old cars. If that's the case, they got a lot of old car park, a lot of garages where people nobody using them.
Oh, maybe you thinking they gotta go recycle? You think
Yeah.
that those recycle people go and store they went and
People
store it?
recycle-
No.
They
I don't
nobody
think so.
They want to go recycle it.
Okay, well, Mr. Cannon, yesterday, I know yesterday you were busy, but we started a conversation that many people, and maybe the chairman will join us here. We're saying the link already. Many people join us in this conversation, and many people wanted to call, but because of time's sake, so we had to, after we had gone almost 2 hours, 30 minutes in the conversation was very heated yesterday. I know you might not have been following, but there seemed to also be this notion of the speech from the orator from the July 26 program most recently. Some people are trying to interpret it like we who reading, we don't know what we're reading.
Yeah.
If the orator has something else she wanted to say, she could have written it to be clear. But they are interpreting it like she meant this, and she didn't mean it like this. Let me ask you this question, Mr. Kane, because the speech is still on the Executive Mansion website. And the government, 1 minute they want distance themselves from it, another minute, someone there too, also claiming that, well, the woman said the truth. The House and the Senate seem to also be divided on this. What is your realistic take about the whole speech, especially the part wherein some claim she attacked the U.S., some claim she was disrespectful to them, some claim also she was providing radical means at that time and pushing radical agenda against the U.S. and lying on the U.S. that the U.S. is not contributing to Liberia, but yet they're taking more from Liberia. What do you say?
Well, the day before we actually talked about it briefly, and then we said that we didn't have enough information, and Mon shared the information with us. Mabel and everybody kind of shared the information with us, and we went through them. So no matter where you find yourself in the conversation, in the argument, one thing I believe, whether it's in Liberia or in the United States, there is something called freedom of speech, which is the fundamental right of every human being that live in countries with laws and wherein fundamental rights are respected. So the only problem that I have, my problem is not with the speech. My problem is not with what the orator said in that speech. My problem is people trying to distinguish the orator from Liberia and from the Liberian government. If you look at it, if you look at the description of the person who gave the speech, it said Liberia's Independence Day orator. Who is Liberia? Is the president, is the government that they are close with authority to select, to decide who to give such an important speech on behalf of Liberia and all of us. So whether it's good or bad, they should be able to take responsibility. If they believe in what they heard, accept it and defend it. If they don't believe in whatever that was in the speech or the portion that they don't agree with, they can walk it back and fix it. But at one point, you want to defend it, and other time you want to, disassociate yourself with the speech. You want to defend, you want to say this person is the person, she doesn't speak for the government. That's the part I don't like. You cannot say she was not speaking for the government. Yes, she was speaking for the government. She's not the information minister, and she did not pretend to be one. She was speaking as the orator who was given the responsibility to speak on behalf of Liberia. Maybe you did not do your due diligence to make sure that you know exactly what is in the speech. So I think I see no problem with the speech. Whatever she said, what she believed in. And the people who sent her there to give the speech, that's exactly what they believe. And they know exactly what the lady was going to say. My only problem is their inability to own up to the speech. And whatever they believe in, they can defend it. And the part they don't believe in, they can walk it back, take responsibility, and fix it. But I don't think the speech was bad. There were a lot of good things in it. The part that she talked about how America has taken more from Liberia than they have given to Liberia, that was misleading. That's not true. Whether you support her or you don't support her, whether you respect her right or her fundamental right to freedom of speech, that's something. But freedom of speech comes with responsibility. Whatever you say, if it's something that crosses the line, you'll be reprimanded for that. If you say something that people like, they will appreciate you for it. But nothing wrong with the speech, but there was some misinformation on there. Especially that particular area where she talked about how America is getting more from Liberia than Liberia has, given to America. That is misleading. That is not true. And Liberian government, they can't get it both ways. Accept it as is, or if you don't believe whatever was in it, you can walk it back. Yeah, but for me, I think she has a right, and nobody can take that from her. But Liberian government should not try to get it both ways. You can't say she was not speaking for us, and then on one hand, whatever she says, she was right. She was speaking for all of them and all of us. And who gave her the authority to do so is the Liberian government. And the Liberian government is responsible for everything that woman said. A good thing, they take the credit. The bad thing, they will take the blame.
Thank you, Mr. Kanye. I want to welcome the chairman. Chairman Representative Musa Hassan Biladi, welcome to the show. How are you? Happy Sunday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, happy.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Our Kenny Harris talking to you for a long time.
I know it's been a minute. I think that you see they can't find the chairman, but I will put some find the chairman.
Yeah.
So I called you a week ago. I'm still waiting for the call to be returned.
No, I took a break.
The last time we spoke, you were somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, but now I'm back. But this holiday, I just sitting down.
How are you voice looking? So you okay?
Relax. Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Relaxing.
Good to see you and welcome back.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, Chairman, today we are in another conversation with a lot of things going on in the country. First of all, how was the 26th spent? It seemed like you lose your voice. It seemed like you had a lot of good time. You've been chilling. And I know that all of you were clapping for the orator and very excited about your orator that you brought because you are the government. What say you?
Well, I didn't go to the program.
Okay.
And then I'm not aware of the orator. The part that had to do with producing the orator had nothing to do with my function in the government. That's executive responsibility. So I have absolutely nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but one could argue, I'll play the devil advocate here, that there are three branches of government, that three of you. So at the end of the day, all three of you take the full responsibility as a citizen. Yeah.
Everybody take responsibility for their role. Well, I don't. The head of government is Christian Yuma Baka, not political.
Okay, let's take your point at face value because this conversation will move in on you.
You need to
hold you accountable. And folks, please share the show because the show. You're welcome the chairman on the show. He's in the hot seat.
Let me share the.
Yeah, but Chairman, your colleague, Memon Bridge Mensah. Yeah, but Chairman, okay, thank you. Your colleague, Memon Bridge Mensah from Bon County, I think District 6 representative, is calling on the orator in as much as you are saying that you got nothing to do with it, but she is calling for the government to recall the charge d'affaires, Madame Rodriguez, from Liberia because she walked out of the program. So how do you reconcile those two things? You're not getting nothing to do with it, but you are calling on the charge d'affaires for walking out. What say you?
Well, she was speaking as a representative. She was not speaking as the House of Representatives. So she cannot be speaking for the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives speaks for itself in the chamber of the House. So if a member has an issue, I think that's all right to defer. Some of us have different ideas. The way the whole right business looks is that where your right ends is where somebody else's right begins. The freedom and the right to sit down and listen to you, it's a fundamental right. If the person don't want to listen to you, you will put Jack Draw on that.
Okay. Let me ask you the last question. We'll bring in Monk, and then Siku will be the last to ask you, the political questions and other things, because we don't let us start the show with politics. We just warming up with you, So you yourself made a comment about this. And here we like to make it simple for our people, because some of our Oman and our Papa and again understand the BB Bowl and be speaking, right? So let me ask you this question. This is something you wrote. You said here, let me read it really quick. Quote, you are tearing down your own country and trying to pin the blame on America. Ridiculous. You can't even bring yourselves to take responsibility. How dare you point finger at someone else? We need to conduct audits everywhere and hold accountable anyone found guilty. If America is found to be at fault, I will stand with you in seeking justice and reparation. Let's start by investigating the legislature. all businesses, including mine. The pursuit of justice needs to start at home. Put stop to this nonsense. Just as you unfairly criticize good, hardworking people at home, you've now taken it to the next level with your accusations against America. Enough is enough. Let me ask you this question. Do you think the orator lied when it came to the part where she accused the United States government? If so, why you say so?
I mean, I wouldn't use the word lie. I think that's extreme. But
Okay.
what I would say is it was not based on fact because she did not present fact. If she has the fact, see what the United States government has said yesterday that in addition to what they are giving to donors, NGOs in the country, they are spending $163 million on Liberia.
A year.
Okay? Yeah, every year.
That's what I say, a year.
That's fact. If she say that we are getting more, they are getting more than we are giving, let her say it. She said the yellow machine was not done properly. She's correct. She said a lot of things. She's correct. The thing that she said about America was sentimental. And my brother, the country that you can just play with sentimentally is not America. Let us not, it is not in the favor of our government to pay public sentiment towards America. It will not help us. Let's be frank.
Okay.
No matter how you feel, that country has given Liberia more than what we deserve. Because as a country, look at what we are doing to ourselves. If it is not for Liberians, America, just as late as 3-4 years ago, almost every Liberian that was in America got status. America passed the National Defense Act and gave every one of them that could not even come home. Now they all get green card. Your people working hard. They sending money every day. Some of our people here are not even working. If they're not for the money that comes from America, they will not have food in the house. So my question is, what has America taken from us? That's what I said. Because as a scholar, she must always speak from an informed position. That is her obligation. So if you finish with all of these things, you have to say, here is America. We are giving so much to them. And here is what America is taking from us. Look at what we have done to our country, Steve. We have almost 65 MDA in this country. Not a single one is an American company. America invested in Firestone. But Firestone is not a natural resource company. It is an agriculture company. But however, the living condition of the people there were not okay. When the Ellen government came, they improved it. And as I speak to you, we are already on Firestone back to even do more. The representative there, the Ava June, brought a letter to us, and that prompted us to sit with Firestone to come up with even better opportunities. But look at the phony, take that the money America giving to us free. It's not, we can't even get that from the people who get MDA though. Then you go there and say, why America? What? That's wrong. That's honestly, that's unfair. If you want to say what America is taking from us, say it. You are bold enough, strong enough, and then all these government officials that were clapping. Okay, let them tell us. Let them tell us. But you have to be careful that we don't want America to react in a way that the country will suffer. If America realizes that, in fact, what she said is what Liberians think of America. Should we even be discussing depending on country? Why we can make our own decision? Why we give all the natural resources? We want to take in royalty. Why we cannot take percentage? America can tell us not to do that.
Well, thank you so much, folks. We're just starting the conversation with the chairman, Representative Musa Hassan Pelede. Monk, what say you? What question or concerns do you have with the chairman before we pivot to secret?
You know, the reason the sitting administration is trying to distancing themselves from that speech, they read the content. She never wrote in Hebrew or Latin. She wrote in simple English. I said it yesterday, when people read speeches, they get a particular point or narrative that they want to drive through. You can read the content of the speech, but the content will still point to that idea that the person is trying to proffer or they're trying to put out there. Her speech was mostly, she said blackness was synonymous with bondage, and the independence of Liberia in itself was a revolutionary act of defiance. So she wanted us to rebel again because we were founded on a false start. That when you go, we for the first time we joined our brothers from Haiti to oppose colonialism. She believed there is a common enemy in Liberia. She believed that the scramble for Africa, you remember there was a conference held in Berlin, Germany, in Africa, right, for 104 days, that European colonial masters went and divided the continent of Africa, or the British, the Dutch, and all the countries. They called it Scramble for Africa, or the Berlin Conference 1884. She believed, she got this imaginary vision of Liberia that you need some kind of a radical approach because you must get rid of the common enemy before you can make progress. You see, when you read the speech, she listed some of the problems, some of the fundamental challenges in Liberia. But at the end of the day, what was the central theme? Open defiance. We must reclaim the country back. She got her own immigration test question that you must answer before you are qualified to be Liberian. Whether you are born in Liberia, whether your parent has Liberian lineage or Liberian heritage. No, you are not. According to her, you are not a typical Liberian until you can answer these fundamental questions that she herself wrote that she believed before you can be considered to be a Liberian. So people can sugarcoat it. And the one thing I'm realizing, the people who buy into that ideology, they are the one giving a raving review about her speech. I read something from Samuel 12, like, you know what? It did exactly what she was doing. Chairman said it right. You listing the problem, but you don't want to take responsibility. If you're going to take you 177 years before you finally realize that we need an extreme makeover of Liberia, that we should build back, that we should reconceptualize Liberia. This woman don't even want you to speak English. She wants you to change your motto, the seal, everything she believes is an image of Liberia. And until we can change those fundamental institutions and those things, Liberia will not move forward. That's the essence of her speech. Forget about what she said about the legislature, about the president, about the yellow machine. No, those things we call them the icing on the cake. But the crux of her argument that Liberia, we got to break down the entire system, we got to scratch everything because the common enemy imprint is everywhere, from your national anthem to your flag to your seal to even the English language that we speak in Liberia. She wanted to go back, I think it was President Toba, if I'm not mistaken, that came out with the idea that we should speak Pele. And you know, the way they get it tweet in Ghana, that people can unite around a single dialect or vernacular, or language, or what you want to say. I think she wants something like that also. So that's why this government, they are distancing themselves because they know there are some radical undertone to this speech, even though she mentions things that have some factual basis. But at the end of the day, the fundamental thing, the essence of the speech is radical. And you can go and read it for 100 times or 10 times, you will see it. This woman, Steve, she said, we talk autocracy for democracy. And who are we talking about democracy? Isn't it the U.S.? When we talk about democracy, right? Anywhere around the world, the U.S. always want to impose a democracy. She said the future of Liberia should be from within rather than being imposed from outside. So in other sense, it's the U.S. that have been imposing on us. She sees the Westerners or the United States as a cancer in Liberia, that if we cannot get rid of them in an open defiance, we would never make progress. And that was the theme. I will keep saying it. That was the theme. That was the message in that speech. And I think the information minister, he said it right. They did something themselves. She does not speak on behalf of the government, but I know that they're trying to retract, because I know when you give somebody the option or the opportunity to be an orator, you must review that speech. You got to look at it before you can even get an opportunity to go and give that speech. So I don't know. Maybe they never did that due diligence in looking at the speech that she was about to give. So the question is, why are you distancing yourself from it now after she had delivered the speech? Some people say it's freedom of speech. I don't think America will ever frown on the issue of freedom of speech. The reason that it walked out is not because America cannot take criticism. There are people that criticize America all over the world. The reason they walk out because the content and the essence of that speech, it carries radical undertone. That's my position, and I maintain my position from yesterday.
Well, I think I have a slightly different view. Again, there are things that I disagree with, and there are things that I agree with. The statement that she made about America is not based on fact, and in that way, giving America a role in the world, you are unnecessarily creating public sentiment against the United States. That is very serious. You should not just do that. That's not correct. As a scholar, who she is, when you are saying that, oh, this country has taken more from us than it has given, say it. Did she even find out what U.S. is doing right now? Did she find out what America did during the war? Some Liberians today that are living in America are living there because their children were American, and because of that, they were flying out of here and they got status today. Besides that, the only embassy, don't forget that, please. The only Western embassy that never closed its door for Liberia. That was the United States Embassy. It never closed it. Liberia invaded, including myself, the Grace 2 compound, and the American provided shelter. And what most of you don't know, that most of the money that ECOMOG or UN were using in this country came from America. When the peace, how you call it, the peace, the Accra peace talk, that whole peace talk that was taking place in Accra, that resulted into the comprehensive peace agreement, it was 100% financed by the United States government. Yeah, Ghana was just there receiving the money and taking it, but Ghana ain't paid faster. This was American money. So at the end of the day, we have to be careful. When ECOMOG was here, they were providing. America prevented a bloodbath. When George Bush went and brought submarine right here and put it right behind Chatham House, and then went to the White House, they told you got to leave. And then this country was saved from war till I was digging his toe in. Even the morning somebody sent me a tape. Till I said, my biggest mistake was that I couldn't find me and America to work together. And any Liberian president, if you can't work with America, you will not make it. Even he said this in exile. So the point I'm trying to make to us is that we got issues. I'm sure you have seen the report from the Auditor General, right? Right? You have not seen it? There's a report. See what you seen it?
Yeah.
188 million United States dollars.
Yeah, 178, Chairman. I think I had the total figure.
No, 188.
Oh, 188 total.
178,
yeah, okay.
And you take the 1.9 billion.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right.
188.
Yeah, make it a 188. You're right, because there was Liberian dollar component.
You understand? 188. This is just not. This has nothing to do with audit of how the government was functioning. This is just to say these are payments that were made to individuals. It should almost like I have been claiming. The Auditor General said today that money laundering. When I was saying that there was money laundering going on, one lawmaker came and stood for me. Oh, Musa will complain. I say, you able. You think you just take people money and just walk away with it. So it has come now. The Auditor General of the Republic of Liberia has issued a statement and said that there was money laundering. Is that America doing that? Well, I heard somebody was talking, last night that Firestone, not Firestone, Lamco. And guess what? Lamco was not an American company. It was your corrupt Liberian government official there who were shareholders along with Australia's company. That's why they call Lamco JV company. JV means joint venture. It was a public corporation operating with Liberian owners putting money in their pocket and then people suffering. America did that. The meaningless and useless mineral development contract that all over permeating this country, that America told to stand out. Yeah? The corruption that is going on. When you go take yellow machine for 35 million and say that 80 million, that America telling you to do that.
Okay.
There are tons of things that America is not telling us to do. So how do you say that they are, I would be interested. I'm not denying that they have taken something. I'm just saying that I don't have any information on what they have taken. If you have it, if it's cogent, if it's tangible, but if you just going to make a speech for people to clap, my brother and my sisters, my fellow Liberians, you cannot do that to the United States. The United States, they have their butt in other areas, but when it comes to Liberia, they have done well. Honestly, they have done very well.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Kane,
Yeah.
what say you?
So first of all, the chairman put it rightly. Let us talk about and think about how did she, get to be the orator of the Independence Day celebration. How was she chosen? Who chose her?
That's the prerogative of the president.
What are her connections? Yeah, what are her connections? I'm driving at something.
Okay,
and
maybe I don't know that.
what is the aim and objective of bringing her? According to our information, she has been a controversial figure. She wrote her thesis based on the line that says, "For the love of liberty, divide us here." In Liberia, we say, "For the love of liberty, brought us here," right? She said, "For the love of liberty, divide us here." And she went on to defend her thesis everywhere. From what I'm saying and what I've gotten in terms of information, she was brought on by the Dillons and Youngblees. They trying to introduce her to the Liberian politics. They're trying to recruit her. She's trying to be famous. She's trying to be famous in Liberia. She's getting exactly what she wanted. She's being discussed right now across all spectrum of our politics. She's been discussed in newspapers in Liberia. She's been discussed on radio and social media. That's exactly what she wanted. These are all games. Taking shot at America was just to show herself as tough, as controversial, as somebody standing up for the Liberian people. In your right mind, how can somebody who goes to Oxford University. She went to Oxford. But yet, she is implying that we're not supposed to be speaking English. Think about that. But yet, she went to Oxford. She implying that Westerners are bad. But she got
So I don't think she said we should speak English.
as it implied.
No, I think what she wanted to say, and not to cut you off, but I kind of agree with her, is that we need to have a national language. You know, we have all these 16 tribes, that we should pick one of them that everybody can
Our
speak.
national language is English. That doesn't make sense.
No, but we can.
It doesn't make sense. Let me tell you this. It doesn't make sense. No one tribe is better than the other tribe. And
That's a good counter argument.
everybody is proud of their tribe.
Yes.
And we are unique, you know, in the way we're looking. And we should celebrate that diversity. That makes us different, and that even makes us powerful. It makes us powerful. But anybody who decide that, you know, we should all speak one tribe, that's even insulting.
That's a good counter argument. All I was saying that this is what she was saying. So your counter argument is very strong.
Same thing. Whatever she's saying, she knows very well English has been the national language. Beside English, what tribe will she choose? We could ask her, which tribe would you prefer to be the national, you know, language in Liberia? So what I'm getting at, she's getting exactly what she wanted. She's getting the attention she wanted, and she was brought in to make her popular for the future. They are recruiting her to be one of the players in their politics. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you come and introduce yourself as a political figure or as a controversial figure, and you kind of create this kind of a buzz, that's exactly what she wants. And she's getting it. The only problem, people trying to actually misconstrue the whole idea that she was not speaking for the government. But then also, you know, at one point they will say she has the right, that's her fundamental right to speak her mind, freedom of speech. But at the same time, arguing or having problem with the United States representative or United States Strategic Affairs walking out of the place. So that means the United States does not have the right to walk away if they don't like something, or they are being forced to use.
You can disagree with them, but to say that
yeah, you can disagree with them, but they have the right to, you know, to walk away.
Absolutely.
So Mr. Chairman, my other question to you. You know, we are treading on a very slippery slope when it comes to America. And America does not speak loosely. And they don't speak on everything. They will see the importance of something before they can actually speak to it. Do you think this will create some level of rift or a concern from the United States government against Liberian government?
No, I don't think so. You know, they may take individual, they may look at certain individual and remove privileges. Like I'll tell you, you know, but as a government and policy, nah, I don't think so. That would be petty. It doesn't, I mean, when American ambassador spoke here against government and said what would Jezira be asking, you know, people were clapping too, you know. So the right to speak and the right for people to express what they feel should be viewed in the context of one's one's ability to also disagree with that. Not more than that. what we have earned as a country, the democracy that we are is too precious. We cannot allow it to go down. The young lady spoke what she believes in. We must respect that. In the same vein, I think that the things she said about America was misinformation, was baseless.
But
There
misleading.
was no basis.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with the fact that it is her right to say the way she says. America says a lot of things about other people. Nobody go and jump in the sea for that. Let's not make it to look like America that go, you can talk about them or you cannot disagree with them.
But
No.
we are not independent when it comes to looking up to other country for help. America actually literally they've been doing everything for us. They've been
No, they haven't been doing
and
everything for us. I mean, well,
and when we're speaking to them
they've done a lot of things for us, but not
in a derogatory manner and also trying to sound ungrateful to them, don't you think that will make them to hold back their support to us if
no.
we that's
America does. America, that's why I say the individual. First of all, she's not a government official. I
but she
don't
was
mean
speaking for Liberia.
no.
And the government yes, she was speaking for Liberia.
No, to be an orator does not mean that what you say represent what Liberia position is. No, an orator goes out there.
So,
You are,
does Liberia reserve the right to come clean and say whatever she says that does not represent the view of the
no,
government?
that's absolutely not necessary.
Okay.
America has more experience than us. America knows that an orator for a national occasion does not define what Liberia's position is. There are individuals who have their other view about America. So anybody who speaks ill of America, that they will clap.
So you think the Liberian government should be privileged to the speech before it's been read or no?
That is the norm, but it's not like if you don't do it, then you will not give the speech. But that's the norm. That's the most civilized thing to do, to give the president of Liberia a copy of your speech. Because normally the president is supposed to respond to your speech. So, I remember there are cases where even the president themselves can waive that right. And I remember one.
Can I tag in a quick question on what you said? Let me do a follow-up before you ask your question, because it seems like the chairman. I'm confused now. It seems like the chairman is more likely so acting like the government. He agrees with the speech, but he disagrees with the attack in the United States.
Yeah, I don't agree with.
So yes, the question, chairman.
And again, what the thing about the United States, the statement against the United States is based on sentiment. It's based on complete falsehood. There's no truth to it, and that's my position.
Okay, so then do you think the follow-up question to what Sekou asked you? Do you think and do you believe that it is incumbent on the Liberian government now to provide the facts? Like you said, the president can counter it, that speech. Do you think it would be fair and applicable for the government to provide the facts as to the contributions that the United States is making, not only on a daily basis, to the Liberian government to sustain?
This is where the government fail again. There's a
Okay,
colossal
thank you, Mr. Kane.
because at the end of the day, if you had a speech, you don't have to tell her to change the speech, but the president will be in preparation to say right there and then that you give a nice speech, what you say, but the one you say about America, that is it's not fact. It would have been balanced. But the president did not have the speech. So, and obviously, I'm sure America expected the president to react to the speech, but he did not. which is unfortunate, but America would not. America would not take uh, Friday's event to be that we are on war powerful, but we can't fight America. If America sneezes, we're going coma. So
Sorry for the interruption. I just want to add this question there, but you can
Yeah.
go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Mr. Chairman, the United States, through her embassy, responded and gave an extensive explanation pointing to their respect for the right of the orator to speak her mind, and also highlighted the right of the charge d'affaires to walk out of there if she chooses not to listen to such a remark. So,
With the same right that we are espousing, and this is the hypocrisy. I mean, at some point in time, we need to grapple with the fact that something is wrong with the country that we're living in. Because you see people going all over the place saying that the woman has the right to stay, then you are questioning somebody having the right to decide.
to walk away.
What kind of woman we are?
So that was my.
So I do agree that on this particular note, the government should have issued a statement to disagree with her on that point.
That is the point I'm trying to make,
They
because
should have done that.
Assuming the Liberian
If
government,
they don't disagree with her, then
That
they are
is-
sending the wrong signal that they agree with her. There is no middle ground here. Civil Kenneth makes a statement. I have to like the statement or not like the statement. If the government of Liberia feels that it is her right to make a statement, the government has issued a statement that she has the right to make a statement. I'm not saying that they have not done it, but I have not seen it. Where they will say, this thing she said about America, we as government of Liberia don't think so. We agree with America. They gave us so much, and they could even need more. They could need more.
so the point I was
You
trying to
don't, Shebu, we have to be careful. You don't mess with America in this kind of childish way.
Yeah.
And sometimes
So,
it can.
so that,
it can
that was
be
a concern I was trying to raise with you, Mr. Chairman. When you talk about America may not even take this thing seriously. Let me tell you something. If America had no problem with the speech, especially with whatever she said, the Sajid affair wouldn't have walked away.
That's it.
She's representing America. America got a problem with it.
Shebu, say that again.
I said, if the United States had no problem with the speech, or they had nothing, they had nothing in terms of policy agreement, or having some concern about the speech, she wouldn't have walked away.
You know,
The
Shebu,
fact that not only that she
Shebu,
walked
you
away,
know,
They responded, right?
You just say something, and I think it's important. You know, if I went somewhere with my wife, all right, and someone come and just say something negative about my wife, right?
Mhm.
At that point, I'm not asking what happened between you. My attack would be why you attacked my wife. Later on, I'll ask. But in that public forum, I have to be seen as protecting and standing on her side. Now, the young lady have made a statement that either the Liberian government agree with or they don't agree with. As far as the public is concerned, and with Liberian government official copy, that statement appears to be the Liberian government appears to be in some kind of acquiescence with it. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that issue is not laid here. Issue is statement. and I'm just being told that they have issued a statement to say that the woman has a right to make that statement, but they don't agree with it. They need to do that if they have not done it already.
Yeah.
Because
So
there's no way around it. Liberia have to have a position on what she said.
that's my point. So if
And
LeBron,
I am saying that the legislature, the House of Representatives, will probably issue a statement on this issue because we don't agree that.
so the part
that
that
America has not done it.
Mr. Chairman, the part I don't agree with you on, and I want you to clarify more, when you say like it may not have any policy effect or America will not take it to be anything. That's the problem. I got problem with that because I believe if America had no problem with it, the Sajid Affair was invited. She was the representative of the United States. When she walked away, she would give report. She would give reason why she walked away. And she did not only just walk away. He came back and responded and said, these kinds of events should be caring about bringing the country together, unity, positivity, but not negative or misleading information. So the United States saw the need, not only they felt attacked, but they saw the need to respond to it. So if the LeBron government says nothing, and you think that United States will just let it go, there will be no consequences, I disagree with that. I believe the reason why the United States government walked away and spoke and spoke on the need of having positive conversation, and they talk about how misleading that information was, and they came down to tell you, in fact, these are things we have done. If LeBron government mute on it and say nothing, or say something that will actually in defense of the United States, or somehow distance themselves from the speech, from the speech, there will be a consequences. You don't think so?
Yeah, the government is not proceeding well on this. America has expressed her dissatisfaction, not just with, but the whole speech. So America has a position. I am not saying that the Liberian government should agree with America on everything. But Liberian government on this particular thing, when your number one partner has they literally talked the whole speech down. I don't agree with that. I think there was some, as a professor, she didn't study a lot. She didn't study Liberia a lot. And I think that there was she for sure. We're not a radical country. We're very conservative people. We don't just wake up one morning and say we're going to change everything around. We work to change. Change in Liberia is very gradual. So when she came and want a revolutionary change, that's a far cry from what Liberia is known for. You see how we're taking baby steps towards democracy, towards accountability. Baby step. So why is the Liberian government position? And this is where the whole thing is messed up, because the whole program is designed in a way that the president is supposed to respond to the speech. Unfortunately, clearly, the president did not have the speech. And that is causing problems.
Yeah, so I will say this, and then we'll go to Steve back. When the United States responded, when they said, in light of the recent event at the Liberian Independence Celebration, the United States Embassy wishes to address concerns regarding Sajid Affairs Rodriguez's decision to leave the event. The United States and Liberia share a unique history and democratic values. Unfortunately, that you are speaking now, unfortunately, the national auditor introduced a divisive rhetoric and unfounded accusation. Divisive rhetoric and unfounded accusation. This is official response from the United States.
That requires a response.
That requires the government attention and a self-response.
And again, I'm not saying, Sekou, that if I'm to make my official response to the statement, I would say I don't agree with what she said America. She's wrong. It's unfounded. But there are a lot of things that she said.
And then to conclude, and then they went on to say, not only that they tell you that's what the lady failed to do. Not only that they are telling you your accusation is unfounded and divisive and misleading, they're telling you, okay, since you don't know, maybe you're being ungrateful. Here is what we do.
Yeah.
The United States has a long history of providing foreign assistance amounting to at least 163 million annually.
So the point there is, as a professor,
yeah,
when you are coming to give a speech and you're going to criticize
you do
America,
your research.
you don't think you should do a little bit of research on what America?
It is called due diligence.
Therefore, she should not come back to say, yeah, now I heard she said she stand by her position. That's braggadocio. That's
Right.
not that. At the end of the day, what she needs to do is to tell us. She owes it to us to say, here is what America is taking from Liberia, and here is what Liberia is getting from America.
Exactly. Just like America just did to tell you, okay, you say
exactly.
This is exactly what we're doing.
America said they gave you $163 million, the money that you can't even get from your mining company that you get. Those,
all right.
The one they're giving it to you.
I have Chairman Yato here. I wanted to chip in, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please, put Chairman Yato. I got a question.
I need to get water, please.
Go get water. Honorable Chairman, how you doing, Chairman Yato?
I'm doing wonderful. I guess wanted to point one or two things out to the chairman.
Yeah.
And bring to his during the campaign, I had incorporated within my campaign strategy. So I went to one or two of the villages in Riverside where I saw a USAID sponsored program that had been ongoing for almost 5 years. So I thought, well, if the money was appropriated, why would it take 5 years to complete a 2,000 square foot building that you can build in 2 months? So one of the things I really thought would have been best, if the USA to spend $160 million per year, why would we pass a law? And I had the bill drafted to require all NGOs in Liberia to do a full disclosure. Because if you look at that 130 million, almost
163 million.
163 million, almost 14 is in payroll. Are they paying the Liberian government salaries? That is not the budgetary support, or is it their own employees? So if you spend money on my behalf, is it the same way as you giving me the money? So if that clinic in Riverside is being built by USAID through a private contractor, is that a Liberian government that actually has that money, or that's a USAID project? So the government should be able to say, look, no, the United States government did not spend $133 million with us. They did spend $160 million in Liberia, but they actually spent their own money. They gave us. That means they go ministry by ministry, because most of the USAID money is health, education, and elections. The USAID said they gave $4.9 million to the Elections Commission last year as support. That money was a direct money to the Elections Commission. Then you say this is how much they gave. So Musa will want to consider, and we can help him. That's why I've always said, Musa, to be successful in Liberia, to change. You got to change the way you do business. Sometimes it's good to have outside help. if you really want to change, because as one man, you can't change. If you draft a bill, all NGOs that we do here, all NGOs must file their taxes, tell us exactly who gave them that money and how to spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a direct government subsidy, whether in the military or in education, we will know. So
Right.
when it's in Liberian government money, it's different than what we spent 160 million. You spent 160 million in Liberia, and all the SUV that you bought for $85,000 was part of it. You didn't give it to us. You give it to yourself. Your contractors are the one that were paying. The government of Liberia was not paying. If Joseph Boakai was organized enough to have said, yes, we appreciate that the United States government's money of a 160 or 63 was actually spent in Liberia, but this is what they gave us last year as of 2023, 2024. And you say the Ministry of Education received XYZ, defense received this. But howbeit, before I land, America still spends more money than any country, whether they spend it directly or indirectly. China and India are exploiting all the resources now. And I didn't see China contributing towards the elections last year to the tune of 4-5 million. So you can't say that America has taken more from us. That's the premise. That America took more from us than it gave us. So I just want to advise Musa to do the research as a legislator. He should have access to the documents to say, look, we want to thank America for giving us whatever they say they gave us. This is how much, according to the Liberian government, they gave us. And the Liberian people ought to know, because we got to put to bed this notion that America has done nothing for you, but you have done so much. Then the Liberian government must also explain, what have they done for America? Oh, by the way, we had 5 sponsored UN bill, and that we supported them in the UN. Oh, we exported so and so to the United States. Well, for profit, not for profit, but we got to be able to have a way to track all of this support. So as you plan for the future, you will know actually who's in your best interest. Is it the Chinese, or are they coming to recolonize Africa in a different way? When a Chinaman can go to Riverside or go to Nimba and do forestry and just decimate the forest, because one of Musa's buddy in the House is also a partner, because one of the senators are also a partner, then it's not good to Liberian people, it's not good for our children.
Yeah.
So I just want to admonish the chairman. The statement was not only erroneous in all facets, down from the history of Liberia. I don't know why they were selecting her. She's a radical scholar that we don't need. We need somebody that has the modern view of development. That we don't blame nobody, we blame ourselves. If Musa has a farm in Nima County, and he invites me to come and farm with him and take all of his crops and sell it on his behalf and use the money, then Musa gonna be the fool. Is that me?
Thank you.
So I want to say, Chairman, you do a good job, but you need help. You need to bring on people that have like minds that will help you. And before I land, the greatest senator ever in my mind in the U.S. was Kennedy, and he said why are you a real good senator? You know what he said? He said, I'm not a good senator, I mean dumb. But the people that work for me are smarter than me. But I take all the credit. So Mr. Representative, you need to find people that might be smarter than you so that you can take all the good credits.
Yes.
So those of you who are calling, you can call here. Chairman Yato is a part of this platform. And at any time, he can call in and give his opinion.
Yes.
So open the line, and everybody will have the opportunity to ask.
So that's a good addition, a good man. Emmanuel, thank you. And hey, I want your help. I need it. I alone cannot do it. If you have that bill, you give it to me today. Tuesday will be, as soon as we open, the first day we open when that bill will be read for this NGO or something. Bring it to me, I'll put it on the floor. That's the way we can help each other and help our country. I agree with you the NGOs are not being held to account, and they must be. Having said that, it is not for America to go into nitty-gritty or what they have done for Liberia. The person who say that America has taken more for Liberia is the one who must show what America has taken for Liberia.
Love that answer.
Well, let me ask this question to the chairman. I will try to digress a little bit, but just before I digress, I want to agree with the point that Sekou was pushing earlier, because and maybe the chairman could be right, but the truth of the matter also here is, when it comes to the issue of partnership, America solely is very vested in partnership or allies. When America sees you as an ally, they'll work with you. When America sees you as someone who's going against them, or you want to bring your radical idea, they will distance themselves from you. It's just the truth of the matter. Does it mean that America might not take actions based on what's going on? More likely so. The fact that America was pushed to the corner for no reason, there was no reason here at all for them to be attacked, because this was an attack. And as we speak currently, this was an attack, I would say, from the government of Liberia, headed by Joseph Yuma Boakai. And the reason I'm saying this is we have to be clear on some things. In our country, we say silent means consent. The fact that the government has remained silent and said, oh, she's not speaking on behalf of us, this is a diplomatic issue. The image that was presented that day of Liberia, other people around the world watch it. Liberia presented the image of America.
Steve, let me categorically disagree with you.
But let me end my thought. You see, categorically disagree with me.
Yeah.
I vehemently disagree with you. You are categorically disagree with me. But the attack on the United States of America, which as we speak today, the government has not given a position on what the rhetoric has said. It is implied that the government is in consent with that. And that attack on the United States of America is problematic in itself. It is problematic. Now, let me come to the point where America had to clarify things and set the record straight. I want to agree with you on that part, that it should have been the Liberian government saying, either on our scene Friday or yesterday, folks, we're sorry for what Oredo says she has a right to say that, but here are the facts. The American government contribute A, B, and C to us. We are grateful. They are our partners, they are our allies, and so forth. Yeah. So the fact that the government hasn't done that, that is a consent that they sanction this attack, this disrespect, and dishonor of the United States. And I will hope and pray that the government of Liberia, starting off tomorrow, they will react to what this person said as to clear the air from a diplomatic standpoint. Because at the end of the day, people are not joking thing. But here's my question for you, then you can disagree with me. Here's my question for you. Most recently, we saw a picture of you and Mark Jabate. I know some people might say, oh, don't call it in here, don't do it. We'll do it. We saw a picture of you and Mark Jabate, and you had to come to clear your name. Right after that, few days later, we saw an attack or a threat, not an attack, or a threat on the life of a colleague of your city representative, Mark Jabate, threatening that they will hire assassin, or how you want to term it as, to kill Honorable to cost the president. You are one of the leaders in the country in charge of national security. What is your position? What is the House's position? And what do you think is really happening? Because we haven't even heard from the government on our other issue again. Again, the government is silent on this. The executive. What say you?
Well, so first, I'll take you back to where I disagree with you. So it is, Steve, it is in all of us' interest to make sure that Liberia and America remain on good terms. That is in the interest of every Liberian. So all of our effort must be towards ensuring that union is sustained. That is in our collective interest. The fact that the government has not criticized, as far as I'm concerned, and based on the things that are coming to me on my phone, the government of Liberia did distance itself while respecting the right of the orator. The government did say that the statement does not represent the position of the government of Liberia. The only thing that I thought they would have done was to do what America did, to say, contrary to what you say, America is taking for America is our partner, they are doing so much for us. The government should have done that. So, but on this American note, all of us must take steps to make sure that Liberia and America remain. It is not in any one of us' interests for America and Liberia to have problems. So I hope that we can manage to deal with that. The Mark Jabata issue, the moment I heard the Mark Jabata statement against Yeke, I just feel like it go around here. So it's no longer worth my discussion, honestly. Forgive me. He has spoken. Yeke Koluba heard it. If Yeke feels that he needs redress, he will contact me. But for me to be lifting that, because like I said, it's clear to me, and I say it on this network, that the people who give Mark Jabata the job are happy with Mark Jabata. Are happy that he did what he did. It is unfortunate, but it's a fact.
So you are saying, Chairman, let's get this clear. Let's get this clear. Let's get this clear. Let Abraham hear you. You're not just nobody in the House of Representatives. You're not just nobody. You're not just a floor member or regular person. You are in charge of ensuring the security of that country. You have a certain minister threaten a member of the House that he will hire. He said we. He didn't say he. He said we. They will hire assassins to kill a certain representative. And you say, if Yeke want to do anything, you got nothing to say about it?
No, if Yeke will come back, the issue will be dealt with by legislature. I expected the president to do something, but I know that he will not do anything. But the House will never leave it like that. We have our say in it as a body.
So here's my last statement on this thing. And more
No, I won't get it. Because the House will say something about, your chairman, you are going to summon this guy to give report or to tell your committee to really investigate them, because that's a national security.
No, we are going to. I know. Let me not preempt. Monday, tomorrow we're going to leadership meeting, and it will be number one on our agenda.
Listen, and the reason I'm posing this question, Chairman, because at the end of the day, we want to attract investors. At the end of the day, we want to promote a positive image.
Reckless, ridiculous, and irresponsible statement. And the lack of response from the government is reckless, ridiculous, and irresponsible. But at the end of the day, as legislator, we'll deal with it in the chamber.
Yeah,
Okay,
Steve, this is something that I wanted to talk about to the chairman. Mr. Chairman, I got a lot of respect for you. And I listen to you keenly when you speak. You were on the closing argument. When everybody was talking about, oh, Mark Jabata is going to lose his job, you're going to be fired, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. You said you don't expect Joseph Boakai to do anything. That he's not going to do anything. That he will do nothing. That in fact, Mark Jabata will be embraced by the Unity Party people, because you know who they are. And you are 100% right.
Of course.
The next day, that's the question I'm going to ask you now. The next day, Mark Jabata went on his page and said that he spoke with the president. And said that.
Really?
Yes, he said that He said he's not going to lose his job. Nobody will do anything to him. And then he went further. He said, in fact, since this is freedom of speech, that Yeke is insulting the president, then he went on to start insulting Yeke Kolba.
Really?
Calling his private part. Doing everything, saying all kinds of
So that means Facebook not bring a page down.
Facebook bring which page down?
My job there.
No, I don't know about that, but he said it. He said he insulted Yeke Kolba. He went on and on and on, and then he called people. He opened the line to people. They call in to insult Yeke Kolba. So my question to you, said Mike Jabate, in fact, when Hassan Fadiga went there to question what he was doing, he insulted Fadiga and said that Fadiga will never get his job anymore. In fact, Fadiga was writing, Mike Jabate said, Mr. President, he said, the president is watching me right now. Mr. President, you see, Fadiga is doing S, Y, and Z. Mike Jabate said Joseph Boakai was watching what he was doing. So what he said, in short, Joseph Boakai approved, or Joseph Boakai the one that actually sent Mike Jabate to do what he did to Yeke Kolba. My question to you, since Mike Jabate as a minister or assistant minister is allowed to take the social media to insult Yeke Kolba the way he was doing it, under the pretext of free speech, freedom of expression, should Liberians population get on the street and insult the president every day, any day, or social media, or any network? You think we'll have a country? Since this is kind of free speech, Joseph Boakai government is introducing to our country, should everybody else resort to doing that? Do you think we'll have a country?
No. The thing with my there, I don't know what he wants to achieve. I really don't know. But I'm not surprised. I think they love what he did. The problem I have is that the Yeke I know is going to do worse. He's going to have more insult. So what it's more of a rhetoric from both sides. And the legislator will do their part. I know the executive will not do anything with him. But the legislator will do its part.
So, I don't know what the legislature will do, but Joseph Boakai's silence, I'm not saying you should fire Mike Jabate or what he should do to Mike Jabate. But if a threat is issued by one of the government officials saying that you're going to kill somebody, that went viral, it went international. If you choose to be silent on that and say nothing at all, what kind of message are you sending?
Bad. Message of incoherence, message of a terrible message. But we'll see. Mark Jawate would, at least from the House point of view, you will not go unpunished. What they actually do say.
Okay. So on the politics side again, what happened to the yellow machine? We heard that $30 million is supposed to be, but Joseph Boakai is asking for $80 million. And also the $22 million. What happened? What happened to that? Is the House still going to, dig deeper on the $22 million and also actually go through this whole $80 million as opposed to $30 million? Is the House going to approve that? from what you see?
We are on break now, so we don't know what is the actual story. We don't know what is what. What I do know is that the case is before the legislature now. We are reviewing it. We got a committee set up to review the whole yellow machine thing. And so we'll wait. We're not rushing. But the whole project is very bad. So where we are now, we're just trying to salvage it. And you cannot bring yellow machine money when you have not finalized the paperwork for the yellow machine. So we'll see. Some of our reservation about the yellow machine. We're not against the yellow machine, or we want to know the cost. We also want to know the plan for maintenance. We want to know the warranty plans. And we want to know the human capacity, plans, which is how do we operate it. So in the absence of those, I'm sorry, Chico, I cannot support that yellow machine, no matter what happens.
So, Stephen Monk, I have a question for you guys. Yesterday, I didn't come on the show. I came on the show late. There were support and contribution from our people. We didn't get. People didn't come through on Friday. So, did you guys actually talk about it yesterday? Because
Yep, I reminded the audience when I got on the show, but then you wasn't here to give us any update as to if they were responding to the announcement. But we make sure we talk. I don't forget it. It's Friday.
Yeah, but nobody did anything. Nobody responded to anything.
Oh, okay.
Because I came on the show late, so I didn't want to come just start talking about.
Oh yeah, that was the first thing I started with. And then,
Well, then I think I would like to suggest that we continue it for the rest of the week, because just so we're meeting with that, because we didn't meet up with it. And I know by tomorrow morning, these guys will start. We got to take care of some things. So I would suggest that we continue for the rest of the week. But let me ask Chairman this last question, and I promise this will be my last question for the day. Chairman, I'm confused about you, the three branches of government. And the reason I'm confused is the machines are already in the country. Are they there illegally? Let's have that first.
Yes.
Machines are there illegally.
To the best of my knowledge, they are.
Okay, so then can you ask the government to remove the machine from in a country, because it is not for us? What is it doing there?
Eventually, they will come for payment, and we will do it. Eventually, they will tell us what we want to do. Right now,
which one is eventually? The machine has been there more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's not being used.
It still doesn't matter. That's liability issues. We don't know where the machine.
Whoever that don't have a liability should know that there's a cardinal principle of law to say buyer beware. So if you think that the executive is the only one that can secure the payment for you, then let you go get it from the executive.
Well, so does it mean that Liberia can also be labeled as a country who's aiding and abetting and facilitating criminal acts and money laundering?
Which we don't need.
If Liberia was labeled as this, and you guys are taken to a certain level, whoever does that will be right.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so then let me ask you my question, Chairman. The president brings the machine in with all you guys' approval. But you guys are lawmakers and you are sitting there and you are not doing your job. Can the Liberian people also hold you guys culpable of aiding and abetting corruption, criminality, and term the House of Representatives at large that you guys are corrupt, the entire executive?
We fear being caught that way unless we act.
What do you mean you fear being caught that way? You've demonstrated you've demonstrated incompetence by not holding this government accountable, and then you say they might not call you that way. But exactly, you are doing the thing that
we have not. We have done our best. We have done our best. We are very focused. The House of Representatives very focused. We are focused on all the issues. We are more democratic. We're doing our best, honestly. But
so I mean, you are saying per the Constitution, you have the right to hold the government, the executive accountable, and say, no, this thing will not happen. The executive defy you guys and brought it in the country. You have done nothing, but you say you have done your best. So what is your best?
We're waiting for them to write us. They will have to write us.
No, they wrote you already. Joseph Boakai wrote you and said it was a gentleman agreement.
No, but he didn't write us. He was explaining to us. But he didn't write out to say they didn't have my call. Without thank I would give it. Steve, we want to wait.
Mom, please come here and rest my case.
Yes, I need to go sleep.
No, you want to have to today. You better run your way from us. We got you today.
Yeah.
You said whether you get here.
I will sleep on your.
Yeah, the chairman want to go. The chairman, go ahead, the chairman, take a break. I mean, Monday the week will be here and
we'll have leadership. I can come back Monday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I raise my case and you
I can take three more questions and then.
All right, so Chairman, so another 1 minute, maybe I just want to do a follow-up questions to you because Tia already asked the question. But if you look at some of the posts and the disagreements and some of the applause coming from some of our officials or Liberians, some of these people are people or quote unquote who maybe one way or the other that have been stopped, maybe for wrongdoing and that have been sanctioned. Some of them who are also supporting our orators or maybe statements, while other also who have good standing with the U.S. government that are also talking about this thing. And I don't know, but which way do you stand? Because mind you, if you look at some of your colleagues, also they are also saying yes, our statement was good, and they are also saying thanks to her. Mind you, there are a lot of Liberians that are also disagreeing with that statements that are saying that indeed this is not the right way to go.
I disagree with what she said about America. I've said that. I'm thrown about that because what she said about America is unfounded. She did not say the truth. She was just being sentimental.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for allowing us to ask 3 more questions. So maybe we'll just ask the first one. The second question will come from our friend and brother, D. Curtis. D. Curtis.
Yes, sir.
You're live. What's your question for the chairman?
Thank you. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Circle thanks for the opportunity.
For sure.
Mr. Billity, it's a pleasure to hear your voice and ask you my question directly. You make mention of your disapproval or the comment about Liberian and America relationship being a falsehood or not factual, or she need to provide more evidence. You went as far as saying that our relationship with America is one that every Liberian must cherish and make sure that it continues. My first question to you is, the entire speech that she gave, was there anything other than her comment about America that you agree with? And if so, why aren't we discussing it? Number 2, if indeed her comment about America is wrong and our relationship with America is that of vital, which we've had for years and centuries, if other things that she mentioned are still problems today, despite our great relationship with that of America, what is the difference now? What difference would it play to our country if we maintain that relationship?
Okay. So the first question, I think Curtis was trying to say that if there are other issues, yes, a lot of things she said I agree with. The only other thing I have my reservation on is the language thing, and that is simply because it will take us a lot more than we know to let everybody accept one tribe language. We are too deep into our tribes, so that way English is a positive force because everybody accepts it and read it. But I agree we need a language, which is we can make it a second language, and it becomes a form of national identity. So we need that. On the issue of the things he said, on the rest of the things he said, I agree. I mean, she talked about yellow machine. She talked about increasing minimum wage. All of these things, I agree. You know, I 100%. I don't. Those were based on facts, but the one that America, there's no fact in it.
Okay.
You know, and I have a problem when people make a statement without fact. And
All
then I think your third question was, was it?
I think it was just 2 questions.
Okay.
So I know you're getting tired now. So we'll ask the last question, and that will come from Abraham Kone. Abraham.
Yes, thank you, my brother. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to our mobility and the followers. Thanks for the time again. Listen, my question to Chairman Belady has to do with the national security issues, and then primarily on the case of Mike Jabate. Chairman Belady, in your capacity as Chairman of National Security for the House of Representatives, Republic of Liberia, is there any official statement or position that you have uttered or stated with regards to the threat from a certain member of the executive? In your capacity as chairman, have you stated or cited said minister for any questioning? That's one. 2, if for any reason they just stated out you guys will convene a leadership meeting to Monday, which is tomorrow, do you have anything on your table as National Security Chairman to inform the leadership that is to convene tomorrow? And lastly, if the executive fails to remove said minister, are you prepared under the Constitution, the laws, to impeach such a minister for terroristic threat that is definitely at the detriment of the Republic of Liberia? Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. I have a position. I condemn it. It is reckless. It is punishable. And it is irresponsible. And you must bear the full weight of our law. On the issue of what was the second issue? Sibu help me. The second issue.
Yeah, he said whether you have written any, but they said that okay. The second issue was assuming that the government, does nothing.
Yes. So tomorrow meeting, this issue is on the agenda.
Okay.
And we are going to take it to leadership, and we expect leadership to come up with a decision as to what to do. And then, is that national security? Sibu, the last point he made.
Yeah. No, the last point was about the same thing. They're saying that let's say if this guy, if your government failed to do something, will you guys act by way of impeaching him?
On the statement that Mike Jabate made.
Yeah.
If the president does not do anything, the legislature will take action. No question.
Including impeachment of Mike Jabate or taking.
I don't know I don't know if the person who is not in a tenure position can be impeached.
I think it can be what I know. It can be a vote of.
It
can be like a vote of no confidence, or declare the person or non-governmental material, or no.
Yeah, you can declare the person. Yeah, you can declare the person unfit to be in government and to deny the access to government money. You can do that.
So yeah, but me, I'll be pleading for my picking.
So you think you're ready to make Mike Jabate government boom?
Yeah, Mike Jabate can be government.
No, I'm not the House of Representatives. I cannot speak for the representative. I just feel that what Mike Jabate did is wrong, and it has to be punished.
Okay.
So, Chairman, thank you so much for today. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. Please come tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
a lot of people want to ask questions, but we don't have enough time.
Yeah, I'm very sleepy today.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, thank you.
those of you who are here that never contributed on Friday, and you didn't do it yesterday, we are urging you to support SKTV. We're going to have a new week starting tomorrow, fresh week, and we want to make sure we have all our things going, without any problem. Like we have told you, rain or shine, we will always have Truth FM around, but we have a lot to do. We have a lot of responsibility, and we are where we are because of the contributions and support you give to SKTV. It's very, very important. So we are urging everybody to support SKTV with your $20 or $30 or $100, whatever amount. For the Friday donation that we usually do, for the most part, $20 has been the bare minimum for a lot of people. But if you don't have that, whatever you can get, SKTV will accept anything, because everything is big in Liberia. $10 can buy a scratch card, $10 can buy, you can pay transportation for somebody from one area to another. And we have a lot of things to take care of. Yeah, I know Mom and Steve did it yesterday, but because I was not on, I wasn't here to tell them.
Well, yeah, I know that when you're not on, you're always problem.
Yeah, when I'm not on, people.
No matter how many times we make the announcement, once you're not here, people are over. Second night, you don't want to be the carry to collect the money.
Yeah, but they're so that they'll be like, okay, second night here, even if you donate, nobody here to announce, nobody will know. So yeah, but if you did it yesterday, they never responded, and today it remains the same. So we want to encourage people to, always support SKTV. Yeah, so what we gonna do now, we've been here for close to 3 hours, 2 hours, 36 minutes now. Maybe I want to say thank you to you. Steve has something going on. And Monk, before we go, anything you want to say last before we go?
My closing parting for the day, it was the same position I held a couple of days ago. Mm-hmm. I came up with a premise. I say, as a Liberian and looking at my country's age, there is nothing in Liberia to celebrate, so I don't celebrate Independence Day. And it was the same thing that brought a controversy concerning that Dr. Raptel's police speech. Because I know when you say celebration is attributed to success. When you're celebrating something, it means you have attained some level of success. When you consider yourself to be a failure after 177 years, there is nothing there to celebrate. And I keep saying that whenever you are a patriotic Liberian that live in any rational or industrialized society, and you see what has happened in the country, you will most definitely get mad. So for me, I don't celebrate because I believe there is nothing there to celebrate. But some people believe that they should celebrate. And my thinking is, when you celebrate, you are giving the wrong impression that you are doing something great, when in fact you're not doing anything great. That's the reason I say I don't celebrate. Let me just share this story before I take a leave of the show today. There was a town hall meeting or auditorium meeting that they invited the guy from Rwanda, Paul Kagame, and Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, one of the guest speakers, get like interaction between government officials and get a little tete-a-tete. So Bill Clinton rose up. I don't know whether he was doing to get the pen up to Paul Kagame. He said, one of the greatest mistakes in my presidency was to sit in the White House and not intervening in Rwanda during the genocide when 800,000 between the Hutus and the Tutsi killed themselves and hacked themselves with machete. You know what Paul Kagame told Bill Clinton? He said, but why make you think it was your fault anyway? Matter of fact, Rwanda was colonized by Germany. And it was during World War I that when the Germans were defeated, we became amended territory under the League of Nations, and they gave us to Belgium. So why make you think it was the American obligation to come to our aid? And you know what he told Bill Clinton? He said it was the people of Rwanda, it was their own fault. Because as far as I'm concerned, they were never attacked by any country from outside. It was we ourselves killing each other. And I will change that narrative, that I will bring the Hutu and the Tutsis together to build a better Rwanda. And guess what happened? Yes, now. What can we say about Rwanda? The same people who created this narrative in Liberia, that the people in the diaspora are enemies of the people back home. They are the same people that keep driving. And don't forget, a good portion of our society subscribe to that ideology that the reason Liberia is where we are today is because of America. America is a common enemy. She's not an ally. She's sucking the blood out of Liberia. It's the same thing. So when she made that statement, it was not new. She was just shaking the hornet's net because that sentiment has been in Liberia for decades. That the only reason of all the countries, even Guinea, people that were behind economically, that are making progress, is because America have been sitting on the neck of Liberia since the foundation. So for me, people can sugarcoat it all they want. I know when people speaking about policy, because I know when you are a researcher, you come with empirical evidences. In fact, there are no facts that are there to back the idea that America has taken more from Liberia. So this thing is just an old age sentiment that been in our country. And until we change that mindset that someone is responsible for us, I believe we will not make progress. And that is exactly what she did yesterday. Rather than putting pressure on the people that are in power. Can you imagine what Samuel Tuah wrote today? But we'll read it on the show tomorrow. You look at a man that took $25 million, put it in a car trunk in the name of taking up legacy note of the market. He said he gave it to money changer that he cannot trace. 75% of the money changer he gave $25 million to, you cannot see them. They don't have a business. Or men who came up, who withheld information from international order that was conducted. No, he himself also believed that America is a problem for Liberia. Think about that. And
because he was sanctioned.
Yes. So we know. And then we're with our current intent for the day. And
Monk, so I have complained about you guys, you and Steve, but people say they are protesting. That's why they not been coming through, because you guys been attacking the women. Protest Friday, so that's why they are protesting.
Okay, we apologize.
So I'll put the blame on you and Steve.
No,
for the performance, this week. So you guys need to take it back. You guys need to apologize.
Yeah, we'll take it back. We apologize.
Other than that, I will charge you guys, to pay all the money that we are missing for our people, because our support base
are mostly women. Eh?
Our support base are the women. So if you play with that means you're not serious for business.
No more social issue on SKTV.
Yeah, you know me when I be here with different women there. I'm gonna go contact you guys. But I wasn't here to actually defend them.
Okay, I will take the opposite road. I will let you to go again today. I will be different for them.
Man. Don't mind.
Yeah, but our people. Yeah, sure.
Well, honestly speaking, it was a great show. You guys did great. My people, you're man, Steve.
Yeah, you shouldn't mind us.
You're man, and we all support SKTV. Yeah, because of you guys, we are here, and without our fans and supporters, we would not be here, to be honest. So you guys are great, and we appreciate everything you guys doing for us. So we'll see you tomorrow. Monk, that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. I think we'll cover ground for today. Tomorrow, right. We'll be here.
You have a good night. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Hey, if you're in Phoenix, anywhere close to Phoenix, don't forget to go on the soccer field today. The celebration continues from yesterday. So we're going to have a soccer game and barbecue and everything on the soccer field. Maybe from there, we'll also do some hot tie or whatever to the community center. So, yeah, but I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. Yesterday, like I said earlier, it was a remarkable experience for me, and I really, really enjoyed serving as a keynote speaker to the Liberians. Independence Day celebration was an honor. I'm very humbled by it. I enjoy everything, every minute, every piece of it. It was fun. It was very friendly, and it was very respectful. We'll see you tomorrow.